Welcome to the first workout video of 2020. This was a draining upper body workout that consisted of maxing out with lots of volume to go with it. So I hope you try this out and make all kinds of gains. So this is the close grip pause bench with 60 pounds of chains. A brutal variation that will not only raise your raw bench but also improve lagging triceps. It's accommodating resistance, so you're modifying the strength curve, and obviously hard as hell to do. That lockout is pretty nasty, man. Like, it just gradually gets heavier, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa. I definitely notice a difference when the chains double up. Let's get this one with max. That was easy as fuck, man. 325 with 60 pounds of chains, fully done. Lifetime PR, really happy with this. So that's all there is to it, man. Max effort method every single week, rotating the variations. I never repeat the same exercise. Only for accessories can I include that for longer periods of time. And that brings me on to the second exercise, the incline press with a pause. I finally figured out that this was my weakness, man. Given the fact that I hadn't done inclines in years, I realized that there was a strength imbalance, and perhaps this is one of the reasons why my overhead press was not climbing the way it should have. The incline, of course, you're hitting the chest as well, but it's very specific to raising vertical presses, and of course it overrides the biological law of accommodation while allowing you to overload a little bit more. So the fact that I'm only doing 225 for sets of 10 pretty much tells the entire story. So I know for a fact that once I get this up, raw bench is going to climb like crazy. So it's all about targeting your individual weaknesses. Once you know what it is, you'll freaking hammer it until the numbers climb. And that'll bring me on to the third exercise, OHP. As I talked about my bench press plan, we're doing 3 presses instead of 2, but we increased the volume, and we're in an intermediate zone getting reps of 6 to 10. And as you know, the variations must be rotated through, and I chose the Swiss bar. Dude, that's very hard. The weight's not that heavy, but man, it's draining, especially at this part of the workout. Extremely difficult lockout and modifies the joint angles in a unique way. Like, it kind of changes the bar path, man. And I find that when I get stronger at this, my regular OHP shoots up like crazy, and it builds immense delt strength and size. So that went really well. I try not to go to failure, but on the third set, it typically occurs on the final reps. I'm dead, man. Completely fried. Just gonna hit the tries a little bit more. Get back. Plus that fucking Swiss bar. What's in your hands, you know? So, here's extensions. By this point in the workout, the shoulders, pecs, everything is destroyed, but there's still a little bit more room for the triceps. And that's where the extension comes in, doing a 3x10 with 95 pounds. Now, there's 2 ways of doing it. Head behind the bench, or you touch the forehead but bring your head off the bench. That's that Greg Plitt technique. So now, of course, we're doing some rows, man. As I've been telling you, I can't be lagging the upper back. Got to make sure that everything is on point. Of course, it's an explosive exercise that will kill many birds with one stone. Plus, I want to pre-exhaust myself before getting into the pull-ups, which will be done right after. I'm switching up the order, given the fact that I've gone so strong at the pull-ups, trying to maximize the stimulus while not having to use as much weights. And as you'll see, I'm really ramping the volume. And as you know, I love Pendlay rows, talked about it for many years now. But of course, that too needs to be rotated. So we're building everything, not going to have any weaknesses whatsoever. This will build your deadlift, your upper back, and allow you to get more out of less weight. So here's the vertical pull. That's not about to stop, man. And I'm using the wide chin-up, which I've identified to be a difficult variation for me. You know, it's supinated, so it hits the biceps a little bit harder. And the range of motion is very good as well. And the lockout, man, is especially challenging. Actually, when I do the curls later, they were already extremely fatigued. So notice the weights, man, 55 pounds. I think 2 weeks ago, I did the same setup, but with double the weights. How is that possible? Doing Pendlay rows right before. That's what I'm talking about, man. Getting more out of less weight. So this is a little experiment. We're going to see how that goes. If not, I'll just reverse the order. But I'm definitely going to be including rows again. Just not going excessively heavily. Like, I don't see the need to do 1 rep max rows. Or many ramping triples and 5s in general. Although I might do some 5s. Like some classic 5x5s with a heavier load. That's pretty good. But I'm trying to keep it like decent and not going crazy with the cheat form, you know? And obviously with the Penlay row, there's a bit of body English, but it's kind of built into the movement. So here's the final set, extremely draining, and I was just like done after this, man. All right, so now we got the hammer chain curl. I was just feeling lazy and I need a variation just to get some extra reps in. So I just grabbed each chain. You can see I'm using some soft ties. That's also how I suspend it on the barbell. And there you have it. It wasn't too challenging, but I'll ramp up the volume, get better at these, and obviously do more things to go with it. And the final exercise is the rear delt fly. Again, we can't have any lagging areas. And I actually love this exercise, maybe even more than band face pulls or comparable to. And yeah, that was the workout. Super simple, kind of long, but we're making all kinds of gains, all the numbers going up, and I know this is going to be a year of immense progress. Okay, that was the first workout video of 2020. Upper body, hardcore intensity with a lot of volume to go with it. So I hope you enjoyed it. More like these on the way, and I'll see you around.